years ago, I had zero skills and no money. I needed to figure out what to do, so I started a business. After lots of failures and some success, my business is now making a full-time income plus a little extra on top. And these are the 3 biggest decisions that made this possible. Discovering FIRE. Not burning flames, no. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. Now, why the heck would I want to retire in my 20s? That makes 0 sense. I'm clearly not retired now, so this wasn't the end-all be-all, but this one decision, this one discovery changed everything. June 2016. I had just finished my undergraduate degree in biochemistry, but I had no clue what to do after that. All I knew was that my parents really wanted me to go to graduate school, and if I didn't, they would disown me. I don't even know what that entailed, but I love my parents and I want to make them happy, so I went. I got accepted last minute to a master's program in OT. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'm not going to explain it. I've explained it thousands of times in my career, but you can look it up. I'll put it right here. My boyfriend, husband now, started working as a mechanical engineer at that time. His very first 9-to-5 job. He came home many days to tell me,
"It just isn't fun. Working is not for me."
And I didn't believe him, of course. I thought my dream job was to be an OT and that it would be super fulfilling and fun because I was helping people. Oh, how wrong I was. Sure, I helped people, but not on my own terms, and I was so naive. One day, he told me about a 401k that his company offered. We had no idea what that was. I had some free time that day. Actually, I had a lot of free time back then. Student life just meant I had classes and homework and study time. And that was it. So I did what any reasonable nerd would do. I did research on 401ks. And that led me down this huge rabbit hole of investments. And in that hole, I learned about FIRE. I read blogs, borrowed books from the library, listened to podcasts, read everything I could on this novel concept. And I'll list my most life-changing favorite FIRE books right here if you are interested, and I'll link them down below too, and my favorite blogs as well. It was such an empowering idea to little 22-year-old me, and all I had to do was save money, save a lot of money, and put money into long-term investments. Simple enough, right? I probably simplified the idea a bit too much, because when Jake got home that day, I raved about it, trying to convince him that this was the way we should go. This is probably the first turning point. Our decision to save a bunch of money and live way below our means. Whenever we talk about how we got here, this is the one thing that allowed us to take risks and make decisions. This gave us choices, options, so that when the time came in the future to decide to quit or not quit, the choice was ours and ours alone. Having savings, low debt or no debt, a budget lifestyle meant that when the time came, we could quit without worry. There was a safety net, so to say. If it did work or didn't, we knew we would be okay. Not homeless, not foodless. The worst that could happen is just us not succeeding. I asked him what the first pivotal moment was, and he says that it was when we got together. Without the two of us bouncing ideas back and forth, I'm honestly not sure if either of us would have stumbled upon our business independently. But I'm not here to tell you to go get a significant other or it just isn't gonna work out. No. There are things that you can do alone. But problems started presenting itself. The biggest being, even if we saved a bunch of money every year and invested the money, we still had to work another 5 to 10 years if everything went well. When you're 22, 10 years is a long time to wait, and it only felt worse because now we knew there was a way out. We just weren't there yet. It wasn't like before where we didn't know we could get out in the first place, so we're okay with where we were at. It's like the Matrix, where suddenly you know that the world that you lived in isn't real anymore. Ignorance is bliss, after all. But we didn't know how to speed it up, so we continued living life with our newfound frugal lifestyle. 2 years later, I graduated from grad school, he got a new job, and we transferred to Washington State, and I got a job there too. Still, life was empty, and we didn't didn't want to go through the motions day after day after day for the next 8 years. Every weekend, we would do things that we thought would make us happy. Going snowboarding, hiking, biking, buying stuff. So much stuff. Backpacking, reading, shopping, whatever. We thought that would make us happy because we didn't know what else to do. Then came the next phase of our life. Side hustles. Saving money stopped being enough. We needed more. A lot more. We've all been there, trying to make more money on the side. And what better way to do it than with a side hustle? Easy, passive income. That was the goal. Fall 2019. During one of the long, dark, and cloudy winters of Seattle, the next big moment came up. We can't just save any more money, but we can try to make more. But how? Again, no monetizable skills, no super money making methods. Well, it's time to get some. We can learn stuff. It started first with trying to program. Everyone in Seattle had huge salaries from working at the Big Four, or at least that's what they called it. Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Amazon. Huge tech giants. Of course, that's the answer. Learn to program, get a job at the Big Four, get paid more, save more, retire early. Easy, right? Wrong! Programming is the single hardest thing I have ever done in my life. So respect to all of you programmers out there. I took Harvard CS50 to get a basic understanding and it went alright. Then I took the CS50 web programming course that used JavaScript and Python and my world just shook. Everything is easy when someone can walk you through it with you. But when the reins are gone and the hands let me go, I just fell flat on the ground. I made my own website, which you can see down below, but none of the apps work anymore. But I thought they were the coolest things. But that was just basic. So I quit. 6 months later, I quit. There had to be something else, something I was better at. I tried going back to Twitch streaming or live streaming online. I had made $300 streaming one summer playing Call of Duty on Twitch. Maybe I could just scale that up, you know, make more money. I've always wanted to be internet famous. But after work, I was just too tired to stream and I got really irritated and it wasn't for me. There was also my YouTube channel that I made on fitness, but I wasn't as active or as fit anymore. Then came Forex trading. We did some research on stocks and many people recommended Forex trading for beginners. My entire winter vacation, 2 weeks, all we did was read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos, and do courses on trading Forex. And let's just say we never even touched real money trading, we only did fake money. But we didn't need to continue because there was something else. By a stroke of luck, or maybe an opportunity, who knows? But there we found the secret. And maybe we were just in the right place at the right time. But in one of the descriptions of a YouTube video we were watching on trading psychology, there was a link to a blogging course. And making a website seems pretty doable, you know, more doable than programming or Forex trading. We watched that one video. All you had to do was make one blog post a day and one YouTube video a day. And that was it. Just do those two things day after day after day after day. And eventually, you'll be making enough money to support your lifestyle. Easy, right? Maybe. And I'll link that video down below if you are interested in checking that out. I would not recommend the same methods today, but hey, it was our way out. We weren't quite sold on the entire course yet, but $4,000 a month was enough for our lifestyle. So without saving money, and without thinking about making more money, we wouldn't have stumbled upon content creation. But now, we're here. Content creation. At this point, everything we did is online, in the archives, all there for you to see. All of this is public. I haven't removed any of the old videos. You know, you don't really get a choice with content creation than to build in public. Everything is there for the world to see. You can dive deep into the archives of our website or our YouTube channel, and I even told this story recently and you can listen or watch it down below. The most important thing at this point though was putting in the work and putting in the time. I wish there was a shortcut, but there isn't. Compared to the timeline of 10 years at the very beginning when we just found out about FIRE, I mean, this is the shortcut. You can do this in 1 year. Every day, we woke up at 5 a.m. to write blog posts, went to work, then come home to finish writing and make the YouTube videos. Man, we were so desperate. We made 2 blog posts per day and 2 videos per day per person. It was a lot of writing and research and writing and talking. The videos sucked. Welcome to the Switch and Click, a YouTube channel on mechanical keyboards. The writing sucked. Everything was so low quality, but the passion was there. We wanted to help people and to inform people about our niche. And the rest is history. 6 months later, we quit our jobs and really worked for ourselves and became business owners. And then 3 years later, here we are. Looking back, these really were the inflection points where the decisions we made impacted where we are now. Discovering fire and then saving money, making money through side hustles, and then content creation. But to be honest, after all the business books we've read, a lot of it is luck. Things we had no control over. Lots of chance events like meeting each other, learning about fire, choosing a niche for content, just being in the right place at the right time. But you also can't say it was all luck either, and it's impossible to say where luck ends and hard work begins or vice versa. Entrepreneurship is hard, but it's worth it for us to do this. We've got monetizable skills, control over time, freedom to do what we want to and when we want to. There were a lot of bumps in the roads and probably more bumps to come. There have been sleepless nights, many fights. I mean, I've cried a bunch, but it's worth it. It's not easy, and I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. But if you're wanting to do it too, it's possible. And I wish you the best. If you want to hear more about our journey, feel free to ask questions or make comments, and I'll try to answer or make a video on it. Peace out.